Me and my husband went on our green card interview. However, it was a fraud interview. We did not know what was a fraud interview or what to expect. However, we have few questions that was not the same answers.
Right. They separated you?
However, yes, they separated us.
Right.
However, the officer told my husband that he don't think the marriage was real. He said he told him that it was real. However, he told him that if either he withdraw the petition or he signed to fraud. He signed to withdraw the petition not knowing the effect that it would have had. Now, USCIS sent us a letter saying that I have 33 days to leave voluntary or they're going to send me into immigration court. So I was wondering if there's anything I could do about that.
You and your husband live together?
Yes, we're still married.
It's a real marriage?
Yes, it is.
For love?
We have met from 2015.
You share,
but I came up on an H-2B visa.
You share the same home?
Yes, we do.
Okay. And you live with him now?
Yes, we do.
And he loves you?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Then you fight and prove it's a real marriage. Okay. And then
So
you hire a lawyer. You refile it again. Prove it's a real marriage. Okay. But you better hire a good lawyer this time. You don't go yourself.
Okay.
I met a guy that was from Lagos, Nigeria. Known him for at least 9 years.
Right.
I went there and visited. He tried to come here one time, and of course they didn't let him come on a visitor's visa
Right.
and stuff.
Right.
We did the K-1 visa, waited our time, we got it. He got here in September. We got married in November.
Great.
We applied for the I-485.
Right.
Did his biometrics in January.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was a very stressful year. K-1 visa, immigration is a stressful period, okay?
Right.
So we had a lot of family things go on. I mean, his mother died in January. My mom had open heart. My dad actually died on August 29th. He got here on September 5th. So
And by the way, and yes, that's all stressful. And add to the fact that you're now living with a man full time that you never lived with before. So you're
Right.
so you're transitioning to actually living together. And as much as you know each other in a long distance relationship, you don't know each other till you're actually together day in and day out. So that there's a stress there as well. So it all adds up. It all adds up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is he came from where it's hot as Hades
Right.
to a climate where it gets cold.
Right. Right.
And dark. And, you know, he never drove. He doesn't have a driver's license.
Uh-huh.
He couldn't work here because we didn't have his work permit. And we live on 16 acres in the woods. So it's not like he could even jump out and go walk somewhere to get close to something, you know?
Right.
So now he's going from working, living where he can get around, and now he's being isolated, and we have the immigration thing going on, and, you know, things happen. So the week that this happened on the 16th of February, we had all the stress has kind of built up, had things going on, and we got into a fight, and I called the police. So guess what? He was arrested.
And when you call the police and he's arrested, even when you want to take it back and you say, I don't want to press
Can't take it
charges,
back.
you can't, because it's not you pressing charges, it's the
Right.
state pressing charges.
Right.
And so what happened?
Now he was released from the county jail like within 48 hours.
Right.
But I guess because they fingerprinted him, because he already done his biometrics, you know, so and he was in the system because we've done everything legal to this point.
Right.
Someone put a hold on him. ICE.
Right.
They come and picked him up. They took him to a facility in Clay County, Brazil, Indiana, which is west of Bloomington.
Mm-hmm.
He was there for less than a week, and now he's been in detention. And
Why don't you pay? He hasn't been convicted of a crime, has he?
No, and that's the thing is.
And why don't you get bond? Are they not offering him bond?
Do what?
Are they offering him a bond?
No, they didn't offer him a bond because when this is you're gonna want to slap me through the phone, Brad, but because I had a bruise on my cheek and stuff, and I made the statement. I said he was trying to choke me, which strangulation, and you know what that means. So that's what they put on their paperwork.
But it doesn't matter. And I by the way, I wouldn't slap anybody. So but it doesn't matter what you put on the paper. He has a right to be released from detention unless he has a conviction.
Okay.
All he has right now is an allegation against him and charges pending against him that he may or may not be found guilty of. But he's entitled to immigration has a right to put him in removal, but he also has a right to be released. As long as he can post a fair bond. Yeah. So what needs to happen now is there has to be a motion. Has he been before an immigration judge?
Yes, and I even hired an immigration attorney who went twice for the bond hearing,
and
or talked to him twice for the bond hearing, and he couldn't get a bond because the judge, the first time, he said no.
Why?
I wasn't there. I mean, he's on closed circuit TV. The immigration judge is in Indianapolis, which is 50 miles away.
All right, so then, if an immigration judge is saying no to bond, then what needs to happen? What needs to happen is somebody has to file what's called a habeas corpus petition for your spouse. And what a habeas corpus petition is, it's a Latin term. It's done in federal court. And we talk about this all the time. Immigration now is going to be all federal litigation. And you have to file a habeas corpus petition in federal court to say that my husband, habeas corpus means bring the prisoner forward, bring the body forward. And what you're saying is the U.S. government is holding my husband, who legally came on a fiancé visa, who legally I filed an adjustment for, who has a pending charge against him, but no criminal record as of today. They are illegally holding him, and he has to be released immediately.
Okay. Well, this is why I watched you before, because I hired the immigration attorney.
So talk to him about a habeas corpus petition.
Okay, so I know what do we need to do, but this is what the judge told him. He went earlier this week, I think. Whatever day he went, Tuesday or Wednesday. The judge is saying he wants to adjudicate. Adjudicate?
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
When I looked it up, because I Googled,
he wants to adjudicate. He wants to adjudicate your adjustment application, which is lovely, but you got to prove, you're in a bona fide marriage. You got to get the I-130 approved first. And by the way, yes, that's wonderful if the judge wants to do that. Congratulations to the judge. He has a right to do that, but he doesn't have a right to hold him in prison while he's adjudicating your application. Okay,
so I know you can't tell me. And that was my thing. I don't want the adjudication to come back and bite us in the butt because...
One second. Okay, adjudication means all the judge is saying is, I'm going to decide whether he gets a green card or not. And my decision on whether he gets a green card or not is, does he have a good moral character? Are you in a bona fide marriage? Okay? And the judge has a right to decide that. Okay? Under the law. Okay? He can decide not to terminate and let immigration do it. But what he doesn't have a right to do is hold your husband in jail while he takes a sweet time in determining his case. So your husband has to be released.
That's why I called you. I hired a criminal defense attorney for him. He's not going to have any charges on him because I'm not going. Mm-hmm. I'm not going.
And by the way, the judge can't even adjudicate the case until the criminal case is over, which is another reason why he has to be released, because it's illegal detention.
Yeah.
All right. So hold on one second.
Okay.
Right?
Well, hey, thanks. It was great talking to you guys.
Okay, but we'll help you if you want. Hold on.
Quick question I have. I'm married to someone that was illegal, and she got deported.
Why?
It's been about 10 months. She has an approved I-130 back from 2014, and I went through all the processes. The motion to reopen, denied. Went to the BIA with it. They denied it.
Why was she in deportation?
She entered illegally.
How did she enter?
Cross border.
And she was caught entering illegally, or she was caught later on?
No, she turned herself in when she entered.
Okay. So she got... so where is she now?
Brazil.
In Brazil. All right. So when did she... So have you filed an I-130 visa petition for her?
Yeah, I filed the I-130. It was approved in 2014.
Okay.
And they clearly stated on the receipt that she wasn't able to adjust status, that they were going to send it to the embassy, which they never did, and I'm calling them and trying to get them to send it, and they won't send it.
Because you have to file a form for them to send it. It's not a telephone call.
What form? 864?
I-824.
Yeah, I filed that too.
And you file it to transfer the file from wherever it is to the National Visa Center, and that's what gets the case processing. And then after that, she's probably going to need 1, 2, or possibly 3 waivers. I'm not sure yet because I don't know her situation, but there's a possibility. She certainly needs a waiver to re-enter after deportation. That's one. She may need a waiver for a 10-year bar because maybe she was out of status in the United States for more than a year.
That's another question I have. Does she have a 10-year bar?
I don't know, but it sounds like
because on the paper that they gave me, the I-294,
let me ask you a question.
They checked off a 5-year bar.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, that's for deportation. Okay.
Oh.
All right, George, you love this lady?
Yeah.
You want her to come back?
Absolutely.
You're tired of being single and living alone?
Well, it's almost a year now.
Okay, so excuse my French, but why are you effing around? Okay, and trying to figure it out.
Well, I'm not. I had 2 different lawyers. I guess they're done with their job after she got deported.
Okay.
One, he did a bad job.
Right,
I got a lawyer from Manhattan.
So now this is what you need to do. Okay? You need to get the I-130 to the National Visa Center, or you need to file a new I-130, whatever the fastest way to get an I-130 approval to the National Visa Center. Because this woman's not coming back, your wife's not coming back, so you get an approved I-130 to the National Visa Center. And then she's going to go, you're going to process at the National Visa Center, she's going to go for an interview at the embassy, and she's going to be denied for 1, 2, or maybe 3 reasons. I don't know because I don't have the file in front of me. 1, because she was ordered deported. 2, maybe she made a misrepresentation on how she entered America. Maybe she didn't, I don't know. 3, possibly for a 10-year bar. All of those have waivers for it. She doesn't have a criminal record. So then you're going to need a good lawyer to do good waivers and get her back here. That's what you need to do.
Okay,
all right? So hold on 1 second, all right? So I know what needs to happen. I just don't know where she is in the situation.
Yeah, the last thing I did was the 824, like 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, yeah, it takes about 8 or 9 months.
So I wait for the answer to that, and then...
No. You contact me now because I don't even know if you're doing everything right or not.
I came here in 2015, and I applied for school, and I got denied. So they don't accept me. After that, I stay here. I didn't go back. One day I was driving and they arrested me, and I don't know, and they took me, and the ICE came and they took me to the detention. So I applied for a bond. They accept. I pay $10,000.
Where are you from, Sammy?
So I'm from Algeria, North Africa.
All right, and you came on a student visa, you said?
No, I came tourist visa.
Okay.
And that one...
all right, so are you married? Are you single?
I'm single, yes.
Okay. So you got put in removal because you overstayed on your visitor's visa. Okay.
I'm
so
process of deportation.
Yes, that's removal is deportation, same thing. So tell me the last thing that happened. Tell me the last thing that happened.
I got a lawyer.
Is that the last thing? 1 second. Is that the last thing that happened? You got a lawyer? Tell me the last thing that happened to you.
I got a court in 2020, so 2 years.
Okay.
I have a court.
Have you been in court before?
No, never.
All right, so your first hearing is 2020. So in 2020, when you have a court date, you got to prove how long you been in the United States?
I came 2015.
Okay, so you have to prove one of 2 things when you have your court. I'm going to make it very simple for you. You have to prove one of 2 things when you have your court date in 2020 or you will be deported. One is in 2020 you're immediately eligible for your green card. And the only way at this point that you would be immediately eligible for your green card is if you're married to an American citizen who files for you. Okay? Or your life is in danger back in Algeria if you get deported. Those are the only 2 ways that you will not be deported. Okay? You're going to be persecuted. You will be persecuted. You were persecuted. You're immediately eligible for a green card. That's it. So what is it? Which way? Tell me quickly.
I have just one question. Can I apply for social for this time?
Can you apply for social at this time? No. You haven't done anything yet. Again, my question.
Thank you so much.
All right. Best of luck.
I came here in the United States in 2000, around September 2005.
Right.
With the P3 visa legally, which is entertainment visa.
Yep.
Because I have a kind of issue in my country, because I'm a Muslim, Shia Muslim, we have like a categories. City of Lahore.
Where are you from?
City of Lahore in Pakistan.
Pakistan. Okay.
So I'm Muslim, but I'm a Shia Muslim.
Uh-huh.
So I have a kind of issue over there going on, and I was married. I have 4 children with my ex-wife.
Okay, now I know where you're going, okay? And that is, can I file for asylum or something? And
I just want to let you know. Huh?
Or maybe you have already.
No, I did that, but I came because I have a problem over there, but I left by my 4 children with my ex-wife. And by the time I was married that time when I came in 2005, because I have a situation over there, so I apply asylum. So I came within under 100 days before your visa is finished.
Okay.
So I apply asylum, and the bad luck is this for me that the lawyer I hired, he really charged me lots of money, but he filled up the application because I don't know anything about it, how to do it. He did it, and he gave me in my hand to go to submit to the USCIS or wherever the applications go, to the post office. So I did that, and little mistake he made it, he didn't put the apartment number. Well, after that, the receipts came for the fingerprint and everything, which goes back to the court because I didn't receive anything because of the reason the apartment number.
So let's jump ahead. So what I'm going to hear in a little bit is that you didn't get your hearing, you didn't get a notice to appear, you were ordered deported in absentia.
No, they put me on the removal condition.
Right.
I found out after 2 years. I hired another lawyer in Manhattan,
by the way, Salmon, which is exactly what I just said. You didn't get your interview, you got put in removal, you didn't get notice of it, and you've been deported in absentia. All right?
Right, and I hired another lawyer.
So now you found out 2 years later, he made a motion to reopen your case. What happened?
Right. Once he find out in 2007 that
he made a motion to reopen your case. I understand.
Exactly.
So what happened?
And that, right, they every time he's sending the inquiry and they are not even answering anything. And somehow where I used to work, I have a kind of customer because I work in the gas station. So in the meanwhile, I have a friend, and then in 2009, beginning of 2009. My wife, she was requesting me. She was scared over there too, and I don't want to go because I have 4 children as well with her.
Simon, where are you at now? I need to get to the meat of your problem. I can't listen to 20 minutes of your life history. I can do it if you want to have a consultation, but we're on a live show right now. So my question to you.
I understand. Well, anyway,
anyways. Just answer my question now. Your lawyer made a motion to reopen. Was it granted? Was it denied?
It was not granted, but in 2009, I received a divorce from my first wife from Pakistan, from the family court. She divorced me.
Was your motion to reopen approved or denied?
It was approved once something else happened over here.
So you reopened your case. When you reopened your case, were you in a legal marriage to somebody?
Right, I legally married here.
When the case was reopened, were you in a legal, just answer the questions, I'll help you. Were you in a legal marriage when the motion to reopen was granted?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you went to court, you went to terminate your proceedings and prove it was a bona fide marriage. What happened?
Right. So, but the judge, he's waiting because my wife, she filed I-130 for me, which is take like another 4 or 5 years, because every 6 months we have a hearing for the court, and then my lawyer, he say you're moving over there in New Haven, so you have to hire somebody over there, and the whole file is go over there. Finally, we get like 4, 5, 6 dates in the court. The judge waiting for the I-130. Once I-130 get approved, judge, he dismissed my asylum a long time ago asylum application, and he approved the green card. So I got my 10-year green card.
Why could you just say, I got my green card in deportation, here's my problem now?
No, I just want to show so you can understand, because after that I have a final question so you can answer me, because I want you to understand. Anyway, I went 2 times after I got the green card. Do I have any problem now if I go, because the USCIS came home? Because somehow me and my wife, it doesn't go good, and she want to separate it or things like that. The one she separated, and she filed for my big son, my older son.
So are you asking me, do you have a problem traveling if your wife divorces you? Is that your question?
Right.
The answer is no. You have a 10-year green card. Law doesn't say you have to stay in a happy marriage for the rest of your life.
Okay, but finally this month, on 7th of this month, she divorced me already.
You have a
And
10-year
I
green
was
card?
yes.
I have a question for you. My daughter had her interview on the 7th of May,
Right.
but unfortunately she got a 221. She got a 221 IG form stating that it's temporarily being denied because they are asking me to submit. Can you turn on that a little bit for me, please? Thank you. They're asking me to submit the affidavit of support form, in which I already submitted.
But obviously it wasn't done right. It was 221G, by the way, not 221I. 221G. And it obviously was, right. It was obviously not done right in some respect.
Well, the thing is this, I sent in a co-sponsor because my husband went ahead and submitted the affidavit of support.
Wait, you're breaking up. Your husband
filed my W-2.
Okay, so you did it wrong.
So we had to send in a co-sponsor. But I'm saying we submitted the affidavit of support form, and the other person, so what is it that they're asking against it?
I'm sorry, say it again?
They're asking for his affidavit of support, but I already sent it in.
But it was obviously done wrong.
Okay.
Just because you submitted something doesn't mean it was done right. It was denied.
Then hold on to her passport, actually.
You did it wrong, but you did it wrong.
Oh.
Okay? So if you submit an affidavit of support and they give you a 221G and say submit an affidavit of support, what they're saying is whatever you submitted so far is wrong. It's done incorrectly.
I already submitted it
But you did it wrong.
But
you did it wrong.
Okay.
So what you need to do is do it right. So hold on 1 second and let's contact the consulate and straighten it out. It has to be done right.
No, I already contacted them and submitted it, but I'm saying, how long do you think I have to wait? Because it's like 3 going on 4 weeks now.
Oh, you could be waiting months, at least 120 days.